Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a map called Jackrabbit Gulch. And this map does something kind of funny. If you touch absolutely nothing at the very start, eventually it'll push you right into the water, and then your engine will hydrolock and your vehicle will die. But that really doesn't matter because I will be touching buttons, and the first place you got to go is over here. This is like the only way off of the little starting island. And this map has both normal roads and crazy roads that float in the air and jumps and stuff. And we will be at a crazy road very, very soon. It's just basically over this hill. And boom, here's one of the first crazy roads. So this one right here, what it is you have a road where it's really thin and it's right on the edge right here. And you got to kind of sneak into it without hitting that piece of cement that sticks out a ton. So with the pickup truck, it like barely fits. If you wanted to do it a little bit easier, you could use like the Pigeon, which is much thinner. But I wanted to do it with a wide vehicle to prove that you could. Right there goes my mirror though. We're running it that tight where if we just make a small mistake, we're gonna drop a mirror. And then there is the top of that. And I'm gonna go ahead and swap out the vehicle real quickly because I want one that has four-wheel drive for what we're about to do. So I'm just gonna grab the D25 V8 four-wheel drive. I'm not gonna get like an off-roader, but I do want the four-wheel drive just in case things don't go according to plan. Now the plan is very, very simple. We're gonna drive all the way up to about here, and then we're gonna inch off of the road ever so carefully. And just slam on the brakes and try to stop this thing. All right. And then if we continue along this road as carefully as we can, there's a jump that we can do. And I wanna make sure I go real slow and careful. Because the best way to come at this jump, it seems like, is to do it like this. So you go up here and then spin it around. Kind of like this. Close enough. And then hit that jump. That was pretty slow, wasn't it? Well, you can't go that fast on that jump. It's just the way it's set up. But we were able to hit the jump and absolutely destroy the pickup. So let's go ahead and bring it back up to that road we were on. And now we're going to go ahead and continue along the road we were driving on and not jump off the cliff to go take a look at a jump, because there are some even more interesting jumps if you just continue along the road. The first one is kind of deceptive because you have to know it's there beforehand to really come at it at a good speed. So you just kind of go really along the edge right here and then swing it inwards like that because there is a jump. And if you hit the jump at enough speed, you'll be able to clear the trees and land right there onto the road basically. But there are more things up here, so we're going to bring the truck back up. And then if we continue along the road, instead of hitting that jump, we got this over here. We have like this giant arch with some platforms that go through it. So if we hit this first one at a good speed, we should be able to fly right through it nice and cleanly. Perfect. And then we hit the ground very hard though. And then if we hit the second jump, we should be able to go a pretty good height as well. But not too high. With this one, we should be able to hit one of the ledges that are attached to the arch. Like so. Perfect. And then there's one more as well. And that one's kind of just the road disappears type of thing. It's not really a jump because there's no change in the height or anything. It's just the road's gone suddenly. And then you fall. And this one's actually pretty cool because you can keep driving from this one pretty often if you get a good jump on it. Like, that was pretty good. And I think, yep, we could keep driving this if we wanted to. Not much place to go, but you could drive it. You can go right into the water and hydrolock the engine completely if you wanted to. There we go. Hydrolocked engine. So now we're going to actually need to hit that jump, and we need to hit it at a pretty good speed. So I'm going to back the truck up quite a bit all the way to about here. Now hopefully we'll be able to make it past those trees. Because all I want to do is make sure I clear the trees on the jump. And I think that should clear them. Perfect. And could be a drivable truck. It is, but I don't feel like driving the truck here. I want to drive a different vehicle. So let's go ahead and swap this one. So we'll go to a sunburst, and we'll get the rally version of the sunburst. And then we'll drive along on these dirt roads. Wow, that thing bounced me hard. These are actually pretty good for a rally car though, because they do have bounces and stuff. They're really wide and forgiving though. But otherwise, it's very much like a rally course with the bounces and the churns, and then you have like water you go through like this. It's not deep enough to hydrolock the car or anything, but you can go through it. Here's another jump, and if you hit it at the right angle, you could probably make it through that ring, but this is not the car to try that with, because it's gonna, yeah. What happened was when you get to the jump, that one just doesn't quite have the ground clearance to really get onto the jump smoothly. It's kind of like a bump, and then it hits the jump, so just barely couldn't make it through that ring, but we were basically able to land on it. Anyways, continue along over to here. We got the first of the floating courses, and to do these, the easiest way to do it is to use this camera angle, because the other one, it's just a lot more difficult to keep your bearings when it's flipping all over the place. When it's attached to the car though, much easier. So hopefully we could do 2 laps here. That's if everything goes according to plan. And you actually don't need to go too terribly fast. We're going to just keep it slow and steady. So right there's a jump you could hit. We're not going to hit the jump though. We're going to keep going along and complete a lap. So there's 1 lap, and now we got to do 1 more. And I've only completed 2 laps in a row 1 time prior to this. I've done a single lap about a half dozen times. So let's see if we can do this. Looking pretty promising. All right, I'm going to want to floor it here because we want to hit that jump fast. That's looking good. All right, get a nice camera angle. Watch the car fly and get wrecked. Yeah, under the trees. There are some trees that float like those ones, and it's kind of funny how we were able to go under them. Now, can this rally car keep rallying? Sure it could. A dedicated rally driver could drive a car with half of these tires. Yo, yeah, they could totally do that. 1, and where do I got? Do I got actually, okay, so I got 3 whole tires, so it's 1.5 tires. They could totally drive one with that. Never underestimate a rally car driver. Although this isn't very pleasant to drive now, is it? So we'll just reset it real quickly, because this is like a rally course, and it's more fun if you're doing rally speeds. So now we're going to go ahead and sneak into the town with our rally car. And over in the town, we got some buildings and stuff, and whoa, that was a good slide. I got worried right there, though. I was sliding. I'm like, oh, I'm going to crash. Nope, we got it clean. Now, this doesn't quite look like a road, but it is. It is a road. Trust me, it's a road. Don't argue with me. It's a road. I don't know if it's a road, really, but it feels like a road, and it gets me to where I want to go, so as far as I'm concerned, it's a road. It's just a dirt road, that's all. Yeah, totally. And there's a bridge over here that's kind of interesting, because, whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! What? We can climb out that, right? No, we can't. Yeah, we can't. Now back to that bridge I was talking about. So there's a bridge up here, and you could either drive on it or drive around it if you're one of those crazy people who doesn't believe in bridges. So the way you would do that is just kind of go real slow and careful into the hole, and then you just very carefully power out of it like so. And just like that, right around the bridge. Totally pointless, but you can do that. Anyways, we're going to continue along the road for a bit because we got some interesting things to take a look at. Now, one of the interesting things is right there, and you can kind of see it on our left, but we're going to hold off just a second before we take a look at that, because I want to go up here first, because up here we have a jump that leads into that. So I'm going to park the car right here, so if we miss this, we could try again. And to be honest with you, I've never once made this, ever. So don't expect me to, but I mean, if you were really lucky, I'm sure it'll work. Oh my goodness, luck be with me. Luck be with me. Come on, come on. Oh, you did it. Whoa, slow down. That's a harsh one. But there you go. That's how you do it all in one. That's the first time I ever did that. And I tried like probably 15 times beforehand, and I just gave up. So that is awesome that I managed to make it and on camera. Made me look like a dirty, dirty liar, though. Oh, well. Anyways, moving over to here. We got some jumps, and uh-oh, this car is not driving too well. I can use it to get to the jumps, but once we get to the jumps, I'll probably swap it out. Over here, we got a little jump right there, and then if we keep going, we got another jump. Although we're not going really fast on this one because of the way we bounce, so we're just gonna hit flat right here. And I'm pretty sure that's not gonna drive, isn't it? Ooh, it will. That is amazing. Unfortunately, I want to go back to where we were. So let's bring it back. And there goes my beautifully ruined car. So here we are. And I'm going to switch up the car real quickly to something with a little bit more ground clearance because it makes it a little bit easier on these things. So we'll just use the off-road version of the pickup because it's fast and it has ground clearance. Now over to our right, there are 3 jumps to choose from. I'm going to start with the one on the far right, and then we'll move to the left, and then we'll move to the left once more so we can look at all 3 of them. Just start off real careful, and then we floor it. Hit the end of the jump at about 60 miles per hour. And where does the jump go? Kind of just into the water. Like it doesn't seem to really go anywhere in particular. Then you go in the water, hydrolock the engine, reset it, go back up here, and then we go over to here. By the way, one thing you probably noticed is I turned off the notifications in the top left corner. I don't know, I just didn't like them. It's like, why? I don't really have a reason, I just didn't feel like having them on. So I turned them off. Anyways, there is another jump. And the last one is right here, and we're going to be real careful as normal when we go on to it like so, and then floor it, and fly right into the trees. And then to get out of here, we'll just drive straight ahead once again. We'll back it up to go as fast as we can, though. So we should be able to get about maybe 40 miles per hour at the top, which is enough to get us onto the dirt road. But it has ruined the car, so we'll reset the car. And then we're going to go over to here. This is kind of an interesting thing. So it's like a suspension test. Oh, for some reason that managed to pop my tire, which is not a good thing to have happening to you when you're about to do a suspension test. That is on the water, as I was saying. So just kind of go on it like this, and then keep it straight. And then we're going to stop, bring it back, and then keep going from here because it's a little difficult to keep it going all in one try. But if you just take a second to align yourself, it's much easier to make sure you complete it like so. And then crash into a tree. You can also try to go back, or you could just drown, whichever you prefer. I drown though. And now we're going to go ahead and continue along up this road. It's a little bit steep, so it's a good thing we have an off-road vehicle to make it as easy as possible. And over here, this is part of the road, so we got to go to there and slow it down. This is a little difficult, especially when it pops your tire as you try to get on it. That makes it even more difficult, but it seems like it's doable. I will reset the vehicle before we go onto this, though, because I don't want to do it with the popped tire. And now we are ready to go without the popped tire. And this thing is pretty simple. You just kind of have a hole that you have to clear. So a vehicle with lots of ground clearance makes it a lot easier to clear it. And whoa, that was not the way that was supposed to go because we just lost the tire. So we'll just swap the vehicle out since we're basically at the top of this. And we'll go for something crazy. We'll go for the drag one just to make sure we can make it up the hill. Okay. That was unexpected. I was just kind of holding the throttle down still, and well, it flipped me over. Now, drag one, very poor decision, to be honest. Because we have to do a little bit of maneuvering through here. But there are some steep sections, like right here. Oh, yeah, drag power, and we'll make it up that hill, no problem. Totally impractical. But it's kind of fun. Little jump. Suspension is thankfully strong enough to cope with that. Then keep going. Now, here's the steepest part. This is where the drag version really helps. Because if you had like a normal version of a vehicle, it probably wouldn't be able to make that. Oh yeah, here's a jump, by the way. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. We're going to fall, aren't we? Nope, we're good. Somehow we're good. I wanted to do that jump though, but I forgot about it. Now we're going to probably totally overshoot this, but I don't care. I just want to hit a jump. Yeah, we way overshot that. We were supposed to land on that other ramp. Don't care, hit a jump. That was my goal. We'll go ahead and keep going, and again, we're going to do something dumb. Full speed. See, we can land on that, but I had to go full speed without a care in the world first because it sounded like a fun idea. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, looks like the game crashed, so I'll be right back. And we're back. So this is pretty much the exact same place where we flew off the course, but this time we're going to make the jump because we're actually trying to make it. And I gotta be a little bit careful because we're bouncing all over the place, but there we go. That's what it looks like when you do that completely. And then you could do kind of like a suplex maneuver onto that boat right there. There are boats all over the map, just kind of scattered about. Like there's one of them, just hiding out right there. Pretty tiny boats too. Like there's another one right there in the building. I don't know if you saw it here. Hold on. Right there. There's the boat, just in case you missed it. But there are boats everywhere. I haven't really mentioned it much. Anyways, we maneuver around a bit. We got another jump up here. Hopefully we'll be able to do this properly. Line the truck up. I don't know if the truck will be fast enough for this, but easiest way to find out is just to try. Park it right there as close to the edge as we can go and then floor it. Perfect. Truck will make it. That's too fast. That is way too fast. So this time we'll try to go a little bit slower, like so. There we go. And then on to the next jump. A little bit too fast once again, but we're able to land it and keep going to completion. All right. And now we'll go ahead and inch along over to this, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with this vehicle, but we'll try as always. So we got to go fast, and I kind of think, which way do I want to pull it? You always want to go to that direction. All right, good. One more. Perfect, and then we got to jump. And if you do the jump right, you'll land right into the water, right? Oh, too fast. No way, that's still driving? It is, isn't it? Wow. I would have thought that would have broke the drive shaft for sure. Crazy. But it ain't going nowhere. So I'll just bring it back up here, and then guess we got to try to find our way down. Probably the best way to do that is just to backtrack right into the tree. That didn't even look like that hard of a crash, but apparently it dented up my hood pretty good. Let's do this the crazy way. Shortcut! Oh my goodness, that actually worked. Like, yeah, the car was ruined, but we landed where I wanted to land. And then we got stuck. Oh. It's so close to working too. Either way, though, I'm still really proud of that jump. It was pretty good. And we're going to go back onto the road, which has a tree growing in it. Kind of funny right there. And we're going to go to a jump. And this jump's kind of weird to enter. It seems like no matter what I do, I always end up damaging my truck somehow. Like, watch. Yep, a little bit of damage. Don't know if it'll drive straight, but we need it to drive straight because this is a pretty thin road we're going to be driving on right here. So away we go. Full speed ahead, and we're going to roll this thing because I didn't do that quite right. But that is what that one looks like. There's also one little tiny jump over there you can do, but it doesn't really go anywhere. So I'm not too concerned about doing that. So now we'll try to backtrack over to where we came. And actually what we might be able to try to do is go onto there on that other platform. There you go. It's not the way you're supposed to do it, but it works, doesn't it? Except for the fact that the truck doesn't drive straight. Find the road. It's somewhere. Here's the road. So over here we have like a little port with like some like stunt type things over here. You got like this ramp. Go up the ramp and crash the truck. Yeah, the truck wasn't driving straight, so it's not exactly my fault. Like, it's kind of the truck's fault as far as I'm concerned. Speaking of the truck, we've been driving this thing for a while. We should replace it. Let's swap it out for... We need ground clearance because we're doing all these jumps. So how about we go with the off-road Roamer, which performs, yeah, nearly identical, but it's not going to have the same look to it, which I was getting kind of bored of. So another jump, and that one landed it beautifully. I'm actually really impressed that it actually worked. So here's a jump you'll pretty much never make from this orientation. No way is the opposite way you'd want to be going. So we'll just keep driving along instead. And eventually we'll get to the other side and we can actually attempt it. Now I can't remember how fast you needed to go for that jump, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to park the truck like here, but it's going to have to be right side up and not upside down, you crazy thing. And don't pop your tires. Spin it around. Reset it one more time. And here's the first attempt to see how it works. And I'll adjust based off of what happens here. So that was too fast. So this time we'll go a little bit slower. And make sure we don't miss the jump. I mean, that was a pretty big issue, wasn't it? Much, much better. I couldn't have done that much smoother with 100 attempts. I don't think I could have done it any smoother. Now, if we go back up here and go to the left, there's another jump we can try to do, but I don't know if the SUV will be able to make it. I think it's just a tad too slow to be able to do it, but we'll give it a good shot. Like, that was a pretty clean landing. We got lots of momentum going with us. But will it actually make the jump? Not quite. But instead, we hit the hole. So that's worth something, ain't it? Anyways, bring it back up here. Spin it around and go along this road some more. And then we're going to go to another course that's over in this direction. I'm afraid I was going to tip it over right there, but I somehow managed to save it. That was lucky. Now, getting onto this course isn't exactly the easiest thing to do. What you got to do is you got to go under this area real slowly. I said slowly! Don't you do that to me. You're freaking me out, man. And then you got to kind of go fast and then left or right, all crazy stuff. Like, you have to go left and then right. Because if you go just right, you won't be able to clear it properly. So there we go. And then we're on that. And then we can swap the car out. We'll go with a Pessima all-wheel steering. Why not? Well, maybe not. For this one, we'll go with the Rally. Because I don't know how the all-wheel steering would really work in this situation. And then we'll try to do a lap of this one. This one's actually harder than the other one, though. So if it takes multiple tries, I do apologize. Ooh, just barely enough speed to make it through there. And this one goes through the water momentarily. Not long enough for you to hydrolock, but it does get the engine wet. Where they'll say, hey, the engine's wet, you know. So yeah, I know. It's okay. We can keep driving. That's all that matters. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are you so slippery? Whoops. Yeah, I saw that coming. I kind of called it, didn't I? I don't know. It just feels like this one's a lot more slippery than the other one. Could be that I'm using the Rally tires. I mean, that's definitely not helping me. I think I can do it with the Rally tires if I give it another shot. I don't see a reason why not to. I was just being a little bit too reckless with it, and I paid the price. There we go. Nice and easy. And don't go over fastly. That's a word, right? Over fastly? Don't do that, though. I went too fast last time, and that's what messed me up. And that is a lap. Now you can fly off the course for fun. Woo! Anyways, that will do it for this video. There are a few places I didn't take a look at, but you got to see a good majority of it. So until next time, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.